time now for What Caught My Eye, as opposed to What Caught My Ear, with that dinging going off next to me. Now, I'm a little uncomfortable including Neil Danaher's funeral in What Caught My Eye, but I feel compelled to, because I think even Neil himself would have got a great chuckle out of this. And it was a beautiful service too, by the way. Everyone spoke so beautifully, and it was just great, the amount of people that turned up to bid him farewell. But you mentioned before, only a matter of moments ago, about Chris Fagan when he was assistant to Alastair Clarkson. But he was also an assistant to Neil Danaher. And Chris Fagan, in his eulogy, spoke of one match, v Essendon, where Neil wanted to actually move David Neitz to fullback, and Chris Fagan didn't think it was such a great idea. Anyway, it was Chris Fagan who told that story.
The D's had a good lead. Neither had kicked a few goals. But the only thing we were really worried about was that... what's the name of the Essendon goal kicker? Matty Lloyd. I'm getting stuck up here. Matthew Lloyd. He was on fire, and he looked like he was the only threat.
So there you go.
So there's only 10,000 people yelling out my name, though, too. So come on, Chris, you're better than that.
Eddie McGuire. He only shook his hand the night before the Hall of Fame.
I think he was having a joke.
I don't think he was having a joke. No. As Eddie McGuire said later, Neil Danaher gone but not forgotten. Matthew Lloyd not gone but forgotten. But look, Chris Fagan joins an illustrious list of, well, those who've just had a memory lapse or two.
What a big week it's been in football. Matthew Lloyd, Damien, mate, unbelievable. I'm just looking at you thinking about what we're going to go through. We've got a huge list here. Damien Barrett.
Well, coming up after the break, we'll catch up with Demon Coach. We got a and it's free
Never gets old.
It's so good, isn't it?
Anyway, so there you go.
All right, now the Western Bulldogs, TJ, wore a Heritage Guernsey on Thursday night. It didn't work out well for them because they got absolutely belted by the Adelaide Crows in this. But it does date back to the 1930s, and they've worn it once before, way back in 2003, when our man Nate Brown decided to reflect on what was a good performance in this particular game.
We wore that in 2003. 2003, we wore that.
Do you remember how many touches you had in that game, in that jumper?
No.
You played pretty well. You had 29 and 3, one Brownlow vote.
Oh, 29 3. Who did we play?
Essendon beat you by 11 goals.
Oh.
That'd be why.
Yeah.
Can't do it yourself, can you?
Is that Matty Lloyd kick 11?
He did, Brownie.
Hey, David, leave it to me. Exactly. I didn't even know you played that night. So here it is. I'm jumping over the top of Damo's What Caught My Eye. It was 11 goals, 3 Brownlow votes. It
was 2003.
2003. Broke Simon Madden's all-time record.
Yep. Game number 160 for you, Llordo.
Great 160. And
tips.
anyway, he was
the only one who got a touch for us.
You might have been, Brownie, but yeah, then there's the 11th.
There's the masterclass, the second masterclass of the show.
You've inserted yourself in David.
Now, you've also mentioned Simon Madden. How did his pep-up go yesterday for the boys?
No, I thought that was nice words, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure it was, yeah.
Just why? What do you ask?
Well, they didn't win.
It sounded like a loaded question to me.
How's your mob gone since you spoke?
Port Arlington.
Look, can I tell you...
One of the great remarks that was.
When injuries conspire against you, like they have for Port Arlington.
All right, Nate.
All right. Josh Rachele. Now, this is disgusting by Josh Rachele. So, a lot of stuff comes out of his nose here. I don't think he means to wipe this on Selwood. He's just putting his hand on him. But so that can happen. That can happen. So, I thought he was unaware. But the man next to me, who's like Teflon. Let's have a look at Llordo back in the day. So, gets a big booger out on his hand. And then look at that.
No, that fan would have loved that.
Have a look at this. Just snot everywhere.
No.
Have some sloppy. Have some of that. That's disgusting.
Fan still hasn't washed his hands.
That's good, Brownie.
I hope you're enjoying your breakfast this morning, by the way. That is disgusting.
Very good.
Rory?
It takes the ultimate professionals to stay composed in moments, like strange moments. And look at the Fox crew here, staying very composed. Toby Murray in the background, just stretching butt naked. But that doesn't fuss them. They're locked in. They're honed in. And same again here, Brodie Grundy. Let's have a look at him in the background, doing an interview in his birthday suit.
Where are you going with this?
Look how straight he is. Well, we've had a common theme. theme so far. So that's all post-game, but the real professionals got to stay composed pre-game. And let's have a look at our man Llordo. Pre-game, he's so dead, he's locked in, he's gone! Everything waving around in front of him, but it doesn't matter. He saw it, he acknowledged it, he had a quick glance up. He saw it, acknowledged it, he's laser focused, Llordo. He's like, no. Eyes on the ball today, Llordo. Eyes on the ball.
Literally. Very good.
Yeah, literally.
Very good. You know what? The Hall of Fame night, Damo was there, I was there, TJ. It was a ripping night, but I was a bit flat with Sheeds' response because Fletcher's giving a speech, pumping up Sheeds, and he was just flat as a pancake, just sitting there, and he's being acknowledged. I thought Sheeds could have been up a bit more animated on the night because he was more so up for the Musashi Fashion Parade back in the day where, what about when Hurdy started rolling this stuff out? Look at Sheeds, have a look at Sheeds. I wanted this in support of Fletcher. So I've done a split screen of the reaction. Come on, Sheeds, give us up and about.
Give us a nip slip and you get up and about.
Anyway.
Normally we put them
No, that's right.
Maybe
You were a hard act to follow.
Maybe it's a Hurdy thing.
Hard act to follow. Anyway.
How do you reckon my off-the-topper looks now?
Yeah, good.